I've recently just got into Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, and I have to say, if you've not read it, I highly recommend you read it or you listen to the audio, which is what I'm doing on YouTube. It's like a 4.5 hour audio book. And then you also have the summary videos where you have like the 30-minute summary of the book that a guy just makes, which is also really, really useful. And recently I just opened it and just started watching it and opened up a book, and I just started jotting down notes that I capture from it. And honestly, when you are locked in your self-improvement, you realize that you've already kind of realized a lot of the things that he says, and then he also says things that you haven't realized that boost your improvement like tenfold. I really recommend watching it or listening to it or reading it. And something that I wrote down last night from it is, deep down you know the things that you should be doing, but you are not doing them. This is because you don't have control over your mind. So that was one quote, and I also heard a quote about the mind from somebody else, and it went, you don't have control over much things in this life. You don't have control over the weather, you don't have control over other people, but you do have control over the most important thing, and that's your mind. So you can truly control the way that your life goes because you control the way that your mind works. So my mind is controlling me right now to make this video. That's an example. My mind is controlling me to say the words that I'm saying right now. It's controlling me to move my hand up and down. If I go for a run later, it's controlling me to do that. But we have the same mind, but you just can't control yours. So it got me thinking, right, how do you get control over your mind? Like, if you're just beginning, how do you start getting control over your own mind and stop letting your immediate thoughts and emotions take control of your life? And I wrote down, take deliberate actions, no random actions. So every action that you make in the day, try to get it as deliberate as you can. So when you wake up, try to know exactly what you're going to do next. Don't like mindlessly reach over for your phone. You want to know, okay, the night before, I need a plan of what I'm going to do this morning. So I know exactly what I'm going to do. Every action is deliberate. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to make my bed, and then I'm going to read. That is deliberate. And you've just trained your mind to say, hey, what I say I'm going to do, I'm going to do. Another one is meditation. I know a lot of you don't meditate, and I can't recommend it anymore because it is so powerful. I mean, the name of the book is Meditations. So basically, if you don't know what meditation is, you basically lie there or sit there and you focus on your breath. So you're not trying to think about any single thing. You're not trying to have any distractions. You're just trying to focus on your breath. And it sounds simple, but I couldn't do it. I'm one of those guys who I sat down and tried to focus on the breath, and I couldn't focus on the breath for more than 10 seconds before my mind was on something else. So you try it out. Just try it out today if you've never tried it, and you'll just figure out how long you can go without thinking about something else or getting distracted. I use an app called Medito, Medito. So I recommend that one. Just go through the daily meditation and somebody will talk you through the meditation itself. So I found that really, really helpful because and when you get out of the meditation, you start to be less distracted on things that you don't need to be distracted on, and you start to focus and gain control over your mind on what action needs to be done. So if you need to go hit a workout today and you don't have the right mental control and discipline, you might think, oh, I'm a bit tired today, and I'm not gonna hit that workout today. Another thing I wrote is, forgive people. We all die, and it didn't really impact you that much. So this kind of hit deep because, like, I've definitely I've definitely held things against people because of things that I'm sure that they've even forgot about and didn't even mean to do. So that's really not, I need to work on that. You just forgive people, tend not to hold grudges, and if you do, make it for a good cause. That doesn't mean you forget about what the shit that they did to you. It just means that you understand that that might not have been them, might not have, everybody makes mistakes and we're all human. This is a big one. Everything depends on how you interpret it. This is a whole change of perception that you can adapt into in literally the matter of 30 seconds. If you truly, what I just said, if you truly think everything depends on how you interpret it. You go through this life based on how you interpret it. It's like, I can't explain how big this can be in somebody's life with words. It's like everything you do is, you see it how you see it, if that makes sense. This goes hand in hand with being stoic. If something bad happens to you and you immediately just get angry and you start, shouting at people, throwing things across the room, that's because you interpreted it in a certain way. If something bad happened to me, think, okay, it's not about what happens, it's about how you react to what happens. So what happened to that guy who's throwing his things all around. Same thing happened to me, but I'm not. Who's benefiting from that? Me, right? It's about how you react to things. If it rains, you can choose to be angry. You can choose to be angry that it is raining outside. You are exactly what you think. If you think about, for 50% of the day, if you think about unhealthy food, video games, and just being lazy and sleeping, that's who you are. You might go out with your friends and be all happy and all laughing and all that, but that's not, you are who you are, what you mainly think about. So this is just for meditations. Recently I've been on like self-improvement a bit more because I've this for about two months now, about a month and a half, and the main thing about it is consistency, because I used to go into these self-improvement phases and I would think to myself, it's all or nothing. And so when I would miss a day of a cold shower, I would be like, it's ruined. Like, my self-improvement is ruined. It was really weird. I couldn't get out of this grudge. And so about a month and a half ago, I decided I'm going to start this new self-improvement journey, and I'm not going to miss a day. So I haven't missed a day. I like to just put things to hit daily, and then consistency over time is what builds the improvement. If you go to the gym for one day, you're not going to make any improvement. But if you go for 100 days, like, I'm a whole new person. Why isn't the exact same with self-improvement? It is the exact same. If I meditate, read, journal, cold shower, eat healthy for one day, nothing's changed. Maybe something's changed. Maybe a little bit, which is even better, but nothing's really changed. But do that for 90 days, 3 months. Do that for 3 months, and you are a brand new person. That is the absolutely mental part. It's consistency. The reason why not everybody can do it is because not everybody can keep up that discipline and consistency. Now, when you have control over your mind, it's much easier to build that consistency, and you get control over your mind by being consistent. It's like a reverse method. And like, I've realized when I'm about a month and a half in, and I wake up and I'm like, wow, damn, like, I really just did that. I really just I actually really have. Like, I've really just changed my perception on things. Because obviously I've done self-improvement before, and when you start to get out of keeping the exact same habits every day, you start to lose a bit of what you had, and then I've been getting it back now. And yeah, I've been trying to read every day. This is the book that I'm on right now. So I'm 17, and if you're 17 or 18 or younger or even a bit older, when you're 18, you can start using a credit card, open up your own business, start investing in stocks, start investing in crypto. So obviously it's a big step from 17 to 18 with what you can do with your money. And I've been writing down each category, each one of those categories. I wrote credit cards, Roth IRAs, stocks, crypto, and I wrote pretty much everything I need to know about each one of them, so that when I do turn 18, I'm informed about every single one of them, and I know how to use them in smart ways, correctly, and ways that will build me wealth and that aren't being stupid. So yeah, right now I'm just, I have my work. I'm working some hours, about 15 hours a week, so nothing crazy. And I'm using that money to eventually fund this stuff when I do turn 18, to build me wealth and create assets. And then obviously I can start my own business when I'm 18, which is going to be sick, which I'm really hyped for. And honestly, the sky's the limit, man. Like, honestly, the way that you think changes everything in your mind, in your life. If you believe nothing you can't do, really nothing you cannot do. If you wake up, this is what I tell people, and that I really truly believe is true and powerful. If you wake up and you obsess over something, and it's all you think about, and you wake up and you obsess over it, and you get it, and you do it, and you're doing it for hours and hours and hours a day, I can't see a world where you can't achieve that thing. Unless it's sports and you get injured, that's different. I cannot see it. So if you want to be a millionaire, I heard this quote, it was very powerful. It was saying, if you want to be a millionaire and I told you that you had 1 year to become a millionaire, you would say, and that's impossible. Only 1 year to it, that's impossible. But if I said you had to make 1 million in 1 year, and if you don't, your family dies, and you have to do it legally, you'd stop complaining and you'd start working. When you woke up, you'd work up until when you went to bed. This is the truth. It's not about the limit that you put on yourself. It's about your reason. If you truly want something bad enough, if you want to be a millionaire, whatever it is, if you want to become the best basketball player in the world, and you woke up and you obsessed every day for 5 years, how on earth could you not either become the millionaire or basketball player? Do you think 99% of people who say they want something do not obsess over that thing? It's true. Nobody's obsessing over, like, 1% of people are obsessing over it. And those 1% are the people at the top that you see. Alex Hormozi, obsessed. All these guys, obsessed. It became a point where it's all they thought about. Okay? So consistency is key. There's no point in doing something for a day or a week or 2 weeks. Do it for at least 21 days. I hope you found something in this video, and I think you definitely should. I think the way that you think can change your perception on the world, and that in itself can change every aspect of your life. I hope you gained something from this video, and I don't have nothing to promote. I don't have a community to promote. I don't have any courses to promote, but I definitely do want to help you guys in a more advanced level at some point in these videos, like in my own private community I'm talking about. So nothing's being worked on it yet, but I'm definitely, it's in the mind, so it'll be there eventually. All right, peace.